Hi,
my name is Alyssa Demoto.
And my name is Coral Conroy.
And we are from E10 News Network.
Breaking news. The Great Depression has hit us hard. This has been the longest lasting economic downturn in the history of the Western industrialization.
This began to spark after the stock market crash in 1929. It is 1933 and 13 to 15 million people are unemployed now.
Half of the country's banks have failed, and our international trade has begun to plunge by more than 50%. Our GDP has fallen by more than 15%, and everyone is suffering.
Our only hope for our future is Franklin D. Roosevelt, who has just recently been elected as president for our Democratic Party. Roosevelt is beginning to help lessen the effects of the Great Depression by talking about some New Deal that will soon be signed to try and better our world and our future.
Our next guest today is our newly elected president, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Thanks for having me.
We are here to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Why did you propose the New Deal?
Well, I feel like we need to turn this country around and become the real America again.
What did you plan to accomplish with this?
Well, I plan to provide more jobs to the unemployed, as well as increase productivity in America.
And how do you feel America will be impacted by this?
Well, I feel America will take this idea and use it to propel us forward, enabling us to get rid of the mass amount of poverty in our country.
And our last question, how has the Great Depression affected America today?
Well, the Great Depression has taken a huge toll on America and has begun to make us look inferior, but with the New Deal, we'll rise back to the best country in the world.
Our next segment is on communism.
Unfortunately, we could not get Joseph Stalin here today. We were looking forward to getting his opinion on communism.
Obviously, it is not the way to go. Russia began to govern by using communism when he came to power in 1929.
Even though he had poor view on politics, he did ally with America in World War II.
Our next segment is the Holocaust.
The Holocaust is the persecution and murder of 6 million Jews by the Nazi regime. In Germany, the Nazis came to power and believed that the Jews deemed inferior and were a threat to the German racial community.
Most European Jews lived in countries that Nazi Germany would occupy during World War II. Germans killed nearly 2 out of every 3 Europeans.
The Nazis persecuted homosexuals and others whose behavior did not match prescribed social norms. Germans made concentration camps or ghettos for Jews.
Millions of Jews were deported from Germany to extermination camps where they were murdered in specially developed gassing facilities. The crimes committed during the Holocaust devastated Jewish communities and eliminated hundreds of Jews. Our special guest today is Adolf Hitler.
Thank you for having me.
We would like to ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
Why do you feel the need to persecute non-Germans?
Well, the German race is the strongest in the world, and having non-Germans in the country of Germany makes us much weaker. Henceforth, why we need to get rid of them all, especially many of the Jews.
Okay. How does the loss in World War I impact Germany?
Well, World War I was very tragic. We lost many men, but it was not our fault, however. We had poor allies, and they did not help us at all.
How do you think other countries will react to your decisions?
Well, I can already tell that England and America do not like me very much because I am very mean. And yes, I don't think they will be happy with any of my decisions.
Why have you decided to mass produce machine guns?
Because if we own all of the guns, we kill everybody, making Germans the most powerful in the world.
What is your opinion on America?
I do not like them. They beat me in World War I, and I hope to destroy them in later times and get rid of their whole race. Thank you for having me today.
Okay.
Dang it, Jeffrey! Stay back there!
We are now moving on to Coral Conroy.
We are live at the Auschwitz concentration camp.
Hi, I'm Colton Bird, and I will be guest speaking today on the tragic events that are taking place in these concentration camps. Hitler believes that only Germans should be allowed to live in Germany, which is why we have a mass exodus of Jews from the European continent, and many of them are being put in these camps if they choose not to leave. Here they're being brutally treated, as you can see. because they do not believe in what Hitler is teaching, and they have many moral and religious beliefs that are opposite of Hitler's. And these people are being very poorly treated. They have been just killed, beaten, and persecuted till the far beyond. And oh my gosh, oh my. I think we need to leave. I think we need to go.
Sorry for that, folks. Thank you for watching and join us again on E10 News Network.
Dun, 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 dun.